Yo, welcome back, Xycor here, and today in our Re-Legend Magnus showcase, we're going to take a look at the star-struck Magnus of the Vocal Coast. Yes, if you're hit by this Magnus's attacks, you will literally see stars. Yes, this Magnus is Seacolt, one of the, well, water-ish seahorses of Vocal Coast area. It's like kind of like a seahorse. It has like magical attacks, and I guess you could say it's a magical seahorse. So yeah, I'll basically just show you everything about it and how to evolve it, and, what it does and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna head out and cover taming one. Okay, here we are in the temple entrance. This is where you generally find the Seacolts. Actually, I think this is the only place to find the Seacolts. And the one quirky thing about this area is that in this area, you can either find Starfin or Seacolt. So yeah, they both spawn here. So like sometimes it could just totally spawn Starfin, and sometimes it can just totally spawn Seacolts, or of course an intermingled amount as well. So that's, sometimes you might just have to reload the area to get some Seacolts to spawn. But anyway, so Seacolt is, well, it takes, let's see, let's check its stat and data here. Takes a glitter pod to tame. So look at it here. So yes, Seacolt is a class of supporter, but their behavior is shy. So I think they'll like support you from behind, with like magic attacks. And shy, they'll probably stay away from you in a sense. So if you like hit them, they'll probably back off and walk away and then attack from a distance, maybe something like that. But anyway, local legend believes that Seacolts are born from shooting stars. An encounter with a Seacolt is said to bring good luck. Well, everybody needs that. But their favorite food is glitter pod, and they also like aqua crops and fish. Their drop items are raw meat, juicy raw meat, seashells, sea scales, and sea fins. As for their attacks, it has Starfall Stream, which releases a torrent of damaging star energy that scatters forward. It says energy, but it's supposed to be energy. And that takes 5 stamina and has a 5-second cooldown. As for the passive party buff, they give stamina plus 6% and magical attack plus 10%. So they're fairly useful if you want, want more magic attack. If you're a magic user, they will be pretty useful for that. Now, to tame one, of course, you would use a glitter pod, or of course the one of their likes. I happen to have a glitter pod with me, so hold that, chuck it at it, and miss. Make sure you miss, because yeah, otherwise it's not practice. There we go. There we go. Get on. And tame away, even though I'm actually not doing the best at the moment. There we go. Okay. So, now that you've tamed it, they look like they are about level 13 here, give or take, a level or two. But basically, then, actually, I'll just check its attacks since it's here. So left click is kind of a ranged magical star attack that, yeah, will attack the closest thing to you. It looks like it has quite a good range though, but it is a magic attack, and it looks like if you can get Magnus in a line, it can maybe hit both. I'm not sure. But let's check the right click attack. It's a little bit of an AoE attack. That's a magic attack. This is that Starfall Stream. There we go. So it's pretty interesting. but unfortunately it doesn't have a farm ability, so yeah. So I will get this to the level to evolve, and yeah, we'll cover that. Now to evolve it, we'll take a look at its information in the book here. So head to it in the book. Get over here. There we go. On the evolutions. So it takes level 15, greater than 15 wisdom, 2 affection, and a rainbow fish. And I have mine, getting off here, I have mine at level 17 because, well, it didn't get enough, it didn't spawn with enough wisdom. Yes, my Seacolt wasn't very wise. So, I have a rainbow here. I will hold it. And I will throw it at it. There we go. Now it should evolve into a Seamare. There we go. Okay. Now, Seamare is, kind of, what? I guess you could say flashy in a sense. Maybe. Let's take a look at it in the book. So, over here. Now, Seamare is also a class of supporter, but its behavior is passive, so it'll basically leave you alone. But the one question philosophers have been pondering on since time immortal. The one question philosophers have been pondering on since time immemorial, which came first, the Seamare or the stars? Yes, since time immortal. Okay. So, its favorite food is glitterpod, but it also likes aqua crops and fish. As for its drops, it drops juicy raw meat, premium raw meat, seashells, sea scales, and sea fins. Its attacks are Stardust Pulse, which sprays stardust in a cone that stuns enemies briefly, and that takes 7 stamina and has a 5-second cooldown. And then it has Starry Storm, which summons a star field that calls upon falling stars, and that takes 7 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. As for its passive party buff, it gives stamina plus 8% and magical attack plus 15%. So even better if you're a magic user. Now, get off this. So let's check out its attacks here. Now, actually, let me go into here so it's a little bit more on even footing. Okay. So I'll use, this is the left click attack. Has kind of a blast, just like Seacolt has, but it goes a pretty good distance, so it's actually a nice ranged user. But I missed there twice. There we go. So yeah, it's interesting. That's the left click attack. The right click attack is kind of a spread shot. Yeah, but it hits in a little bit of an area, I believe. Yeah, something like that. But it's not as long a distance as the left click attack. And now the Q attack is a larger AoE, which is pretty nice and seems to do a good amount of magic attack, because the left click attack does magic damage, the right click attack also does magic damage, and the Q attack does magic damage as well. So yeah, it's a completely magic user. So I will get this up to the next evolution and yeah, continue on from there. Now for its final evolution, we'll take a look at that in the book. So right over here, into there, go over to the book, just hit that, there we go. Now the final evolution, it needs to be level 45, and you have to have greater than 50 wisdom and full affection and then you need to give it a star bream. So I will do that. I have mine at level 46 because I accidentally went over, but I have it at 51 wisdom. Actually, wrong area. There. Yes, I have it at 51 wisdom, and of course full hearts. So I will give it a star ring, hold, and chuck it at it. There we go. And it will evolve into Seagasus, which are, I don't know, I'd say very, now I forgot the word I was going to use. Of course. They look gentle. There we go. Let's just say that. So, we'll check them in the book. See what they can do. Head over here. Look at them. There we go. So, they are a class of supporter, but their behavior is aggressive, so if you meet one in the wild, be careful. And the mighty Seagasus is said to have borne many legendary heroes into battle during the war, or during the Old War. So it's interesting. That might be a reference to the story, a little bit, just a little bit. But their favorite food is a high-quality glitter pod. But they also like aqua crops and fish. As for their drops, they drop juicy raw meat, premium raw meat, seashells, sea scales, and sea fins. As for their attacks, they have Starry Bulwark. Buffs itself to deal more magical damage, which is always nice to have. And that takes 10 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. And for for its next attack, it has Stardust Pulse Plus, and that scatters stardust around itself to debilitate enemies. And that takes 15 stamina and has a 7-second cooldown. And its last attack is Starry Shards. That fires multiple projectiles that converge to a point in front of itself. And that takes 20 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. As for its passive party buff, it gives stamina plus 10% and has 20% magic attack as well. So let's check it out here. There we go. So, that's the word I was looking for. They're very majestic. I'll say that. That's what I was looking for. You know, sometimes you forget those words that you're trying to think of. Okay, let's see its attack. Okay, so it's got quite a range on that. And now Doom Puppet. Yeah, it's got a pretty good range on that. And that attack is also a magic attack, but it looks like it can hit twice, which is interesting. Now, let's check out the right-click attack, which should be the magic attack buff. Now, it seemed like it was doing like in the 40s. 117. Hey, that's not bad. That is a magic attack buff. Interesting. Not bad. Yeah, that's a pretty good buff. Now let's check out the Q attack. So that kind of stuns, but it was hard for me to see the entire area of it. Okay, so it's more so a close range attack in a sense because it attacks the things around you, which is interesting. But that's also a magic attack. Let's see again. Yes, that is also a magic attack, but it stuns, so that's nice. Now let's check out its E attack. Well, that one's kind of cool. So it's kind of got a beam, in a sense. I want to see it from a range. So honestly, let's check it out over here on some unsuspecting Magnus. Okay. Try it out like this, hopefully. Okay, so it's a multi-fire attack. Not bad. Does pretty good damage too. And it's a magic attack. So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty cool. Does a good amount of damage, that's for sure. So, let's check out what you want to put on it for stats. Let's see here. Now, most likely, since all of its attacks are magic based, you'd want to spec into int, and I think I'll just do that right here. Just pretty much spec into int and endurance. That, you know, those are the two staples for it. If you want to spec into anything else, you know, it's kind of up to you. Otherwise, wisdom, just get what you need of it. I don't really advise getting that because, I don't know, there's not a lot of things that use magic attacks, but of course I haven't actually been to the tundra yet or the volcano myself, so there could be more there. So it's something to, you know, something to think about. But focus could be helpful if you want crit damage. Other than that, yeah, still just focus in int and endurance, and you know, it's a pretty safe bet. There we go. So, yeah, that is Seacolt, Seagasus, Seamare, all of three of them. Pretty cool Magnus. Yeah, like I was saying, the word I was looking for is majestic. You can see it does look like a very majestic Magnus. It's pretty cool. And then the magic buff on Seagasus here is pretty good. It makes it do a lot more damage. Let's just see what. And then it misses if the Magnus goes behind you, of course. That's what you use the stun. It's interesting. It's not bad. It's pretty good. So, yeah, that's it for this Magnus showcase. If you like this showcase, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that bell icon, leave a comment, and of course share it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Yeah, this attack does nicely hit like a couple times, so it's pretty good. That's just the left click. Not bad.